Hi guys, I'm back for the 14th video now of the today's skill series. This video is on a topic which is of great importance actually. How to use SPSS to understand whether how much of a factor has actually led to a result. Now, in our routine lives, be it as a HR or in marketing or operations, we always have certain results in view. Okay, so we do all the activities, and we want to see in the end of the day, in the end of the financial year, or in the point of review also, that which of these activities have actually led to a particular result, and if the result is not fulfilled, then what are the factors which have influenced that particular result. So doing that analysis, there is a software called SPSS, which is easily available. So if you use that software, then the possibility of getting the analytics around the factors which have influenced the result becomes a lot easier. And also the model creation, etc., also uses SPSS. So you if you are watching this particular video, the objective of this video as such is to enable you to understand the different methodologies which can be used in SPSS, to drive some analysis on the data that is presented in such a manner that you are able to understand which of the factors have led to the final result and what is the loading factor. So that is like how much of these individual factors has actually contributed the final result, as also that if there is a relationship between the individual factors, how you can analyze that and how can bring out some findings out of it. So this is actually something which I believe will be of great use for the HR professionals also, because sometimes what happens that say in attrition or a climate, say in organization there is a high attrition. There are many factors involved in that. So you want to segregate these factors so that you can take corrective action. So for that point of view also, if you have the data ready from the HRMS or any other site, Workday, etc., whichever the ERP software you are using, so you can download the data and then and do the analysis and find out the some important directions from the data, and then accordingly proceed to take some actual corrective action which can actually display some outcome measurement change in the output variable. Okay, so now going to the video. So basically in this particular video, the SPC is a very big subject, but we will be looking at the regression and correlation. So what are the basic differences between these two, and then understanding of what you are finding. Now, why have putting this particular thing, because everybody used to, why seeing this particular line will think that okay, I already know what I am finding, right? That's why I am doing a particular activity. But to understand what you are finding is a very important aspect in analytics. So that area will try to come up in this particular video, and how to find, so that area of using the SPSS to get the analysis done, where all you get the result, what you can draw out of it. So that area also will take up in the subsequent part of this particular video. But more or less, the scope is related to regression and correlation. Okay. So first understand what is the difference between correlation and regression. Okay. Uh, the correlation is something which, if you have done plus 2 math, you will know what correlation exactly is. So correlation is like more of relationship between two variables, so to show the trends between their values, or so something like that. So it's more of like a understanding of trends, one variable's impact on another. So that if in one line if you have to write talk about correlation, this is how it should summarize. What is regression? Now, regression is used more of an understanding of impact of one independent variable out of a series of variables, such that such variables actually the relationship what is independent and dependent variable, that part is also comes handy here. So independent variables are like the variables which actually together lead to one particular variable's result. So the result variable is the dependent variable, and the other variables which are leading to the result is the independent variable. So that is the understanding behind the independent and dependent variable. So overall, if you are looking at regression, as has been written here, so use more of understanding of impact of one dependent variable out of a series of such variables on the dependent variable, the impact outcome variable, and also understanding how much of dependent variable is dependent on one particular independent variable. So, like say for attrition, if there are hundreds of factors, which of the factor is the most defining factor? Say if you are looking at say recruitment also as a system, then you can understand that if there are multiple factors that coming into the picture, the sourcing time and all the things. So then say your sourcing channel bandwidth and all these things. So which particular thing has actually resulted that analysis you can always do. In sales also you can see that there are a number of activities which are you are planning to get the sales up, the final revenue up. So you can understand that which particular activity has actually has the highest say in that particular final end result of increasing the revenue. So that analysis, so that you can get a data on plan and do plan a further series of actions in a more decisive manner to actually show more improvement in the final outcome variable without investing in some other actions which may increase the cost but not yield the required outcome. Now, well, now you know what are the basic understanding of correlation and regression as has been shown here in this particular slide. But to understand it in more deeper manner, a very simple example is that now say suppose z is equal to x plus y. Basic equation, x is one of the here in this particular scenario, x is the independent variable, y is the independent variable, z is the dependent variable. Why is it there is a dependent variable? Because x and y are the values of x and y will determine what the value of z is, right? And that is what we are looking at. So, so if suppose I'm studying attrition, the attrition will be z, and then the other factors will be x and y and like that. So if there are multiple factors, then there will be some x, x1 and y1, x2, y2, and all this added, and then leading to attrition. So like that. That will be the model in the mind. So now in this context, so what is correlation and regression? So suppose for knowing whether y trend is similar to z trend, then you can use correlation between, if you want to separately identify whether y's trend, how much of y's trend is similar to z's trend. But if you say, if you want to check how much of z is defined by x, or say understanding which of x and y factors impact z more by giving a value to that particular thing, then you will have to move towards regression. Now, coming to what you are finding. Now, it's not like finding memo or something. It's like what you are finding. I mean, you may feel that okay, I already know. So I'm trying that for the analysis. I have all the data. I know what I'm finding. But understanding the exact thing that you are finding and what, because will be very essential, because that will essentially determine what kind of tool you will be using and what kind of methodology, research methodology you will be going about to get to that final outcome. And if this choice of the correct set of statistics will in the end determine the very purpose of the study and the time that you will be investing in getting all this data and analyzing this data. So if you are doing a 1 month study, and the entire month will be wasted if you don't know what exactly you are finding. So how to know what you are finding? First question, what exactly you are finding? Is a relationship between variables, or you say you want to know which variable is impacting the end result more. So you try to understand first that whether you are trying to explore the relationship between variables, or you want to know which variable is impacting the final outcome. So there are two different things. Okay, so that is important to understand first. So once you have, say, for example, I have also written here that say you are trying to find what is leading to attrition from the data available. It can be many things like say supervisor behavior, career growth, job attractiveness, family expectation, or relocation. So if you are trying to find prominent reason for why the attrition is happening, you are going towards regression. Secondly, prior to beginning analysis, try to check whether the variables are overlapping or not. So, like say, suppose you are thinking from a point of view of study that you want to look at attrition from just two variables perspective. So, like family expectation and family relocation. Now this study will never yield a proper result because both are interrelated. Like say, if family is relocating, then they will also have some expectation say that you also will relocate with them or some arrangement you will do. So if the variables are not independent or say they are not separate, then the study when z equal to x plus y will never yield a proper solution whether z is impacted by x or z is impacted by y, because x and y are in themselves correlated. So it will mix of match will happen. So these variables hence should be segregated. So that understanding and segregation of variables should be very elaborately planned and done. Thirdly, follow basic data checks in terms of reliability, etc., of the data sample which you are using, and also check hygiene factors like period of data with the data periods of when where you have accumulated all this data, they are matching or not. So if they are matching, then obviously you can proceed with the analysis, and obviously it will lead to a good result. Thank you for watching this particular video. If you have liked this particular video, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you have anything in your mind, you can also comment here, and I will definitely try to come back to it. And also, if there is something new that you want to learn about the SPSS from your point of view of analysis, please mention that also. We'll try to cover that in future upcoming videos. Thank you once again for watching this video.